are then. Time for some more manufacturers. Right, here we are then, back with GTWS, and after Nations last weekend, we're now back in with manufacturers. Manufacturers, round 3, coming at you from the Nürburgring, running on the Nürburgring endurance layout, which is the bit here on the Grand Prix circuit going onto the Nordschleife for one great big lap. We're going to be doing 3 of these great big laps in the Group 3s on the Racing Soft, Racing Medium and Racing Hard tyres, and we've got 2 times fuel, 3 times tyre and BOP. Can't beat a bit of the Nürburgring. Love it round here. Affectionately referred to as the Green Hell. Wondering about the tyres. Got Racing Hards, which should make it round the full distance without having to stop. Sort of thinking Racing Soft tyre though, when I'm thinking 3 times tyre wear, not quite going to last round here. Or the Nürburgring, being the Nürburgring, it'll just chuck it down the rain. Either way, we've got the Nürburgring, we've got the Group 3s. Looking forward to a relatively good race. And as ever, if you do happen to enjoy my pretty average driving at best on GT7, do like and subscribe, really do appreciate it. And if you do enjoy the manufacturer's Green Hell action here today, do let me know by dropping a like on the video and hit the bell for notifications so you get notified of when I upload new videos that be spinning out some impression everywhere on GT7, which today, looking at the state of play, is a big possibility. Yeah, not the quickest round the Nürburgring, but you know, we do know our way around the place, so we have got some track knowledge to take into the race here today. Been round, we're not going to have enough time, or definitely not, to go around again. So I reckon we'll get ourselves in to qualifying. Go to qualify. Okay, here is the qualification. Right, just short of 12 minutes then to get ourselves round. Right, we've got round and it looks as though we've got ourselves into a good spot here. We've got a nice gap to the car in front and to the car behind. So, get out this final corner, put to the floor. Right, so there we are then, going from P4. So yeah, not so bad in the quali there. We'll take a look at that though. Oh, and that pretty much affirms it, doesn't it? Right, let's do it. Right, here we are then. Here we go then, P4. Right, ready to go. Green hell, living up to its name. But we shall see if the green hell is going to have its way with us today. Here we go. It's wet, it's pouring down with rain as we get towards the first corner, then going on the full wet tyre for this one then. Looking at the way things are at the moment. I've just tapped in there accidentally there. Sorry about that. Friendly contact then at the start of this one then. Getting ourselves around the first couple of corners, and as I say, full wet tyre for this one then. Felt like it was the right choice given the conditions, looking at the post-quali pit lane scene there, and working well so far then. P4, starting in P3 there, noticing that. Get on the brakes. Bit damp at the hairpin. I'm going to say that I may have just again accidentally pushed someone off there, so again apologies for that. Track is definitely a bit damp as we get ourselves through the Schumacher S now for the first time on the Grand Prix layout. Good start then on the whole from P3, minus obviously accidentally tapping people out, but there you go. When, as I say, just saying there what a good start we've had, and then that happens, but oh well. That's racing. There's a car there goes off as well, and we're just going to sort of get ourselves round now onto the Nordschleife for the first time, and hopefully there'll be no more bumping of cars. But it is a bit wet though. We are on the full wet tyre though, so that should hopefully give us some good levels of grip around the Nordschleife now. But oh yeah, it's definitely a bit wet then. Normally throw the car through these corners here, but not on this occasion. Just sort of go nice and steady, very close together there, one with a 4-second time penalty. I think in these conditions just sort of do our best to stay behind, / stay out the way of everybody else. Yeah, so just here, just sort of go nice and steady through here. Oh, we've got 2 off there. Just sort of really watch out for those guys just rejoining there. Just going to get ourselves into P5 then. Look at this GT on this red there that went off the track right behind us now. Really watch out for them. See ya, as I've just go off again, braking. Don't know what's happening. 2 excursions then, not so bad. Make that 3 down to P8. Right, one of them. Just restart the race, I think, and we'll go again. Now, I ain't got time for that. We've got to get on with it. And hopefully, as I say, just sort of find our feet around this very wet Nordschleife circuit at the moment then. But we're still P8. We're not doing so bad as we say. A long lap. Lots of things can happen, as I've demonstrated 3 times now on this first lap. 3 there off as well. It's very slippy, as we say. It's sort of really working now to keep ourselves facing the right way and out of trouble as much as we can. Really struggling there to get the car around the corner, but we are alongside now the Porsche here, who's just marginally in front there, so give them the priority for the corner. Kind of slippy, but it's not raining at the moment though. But as I say, this is the Nordschleife, and it all sort of hangs in the trees a bit around the Nordschleife. It all just sort of, as I say, all the rain and all the moisture all just hangs in there, and it all just comes down at less than a moment's notice. That's what normally happens on the Nordschleife anyway. So yeah, just work with the conditions then as they are for the moment. Then we've got P5, P6, myself and P7, Porsche behind, P8. Tyre maybe not necessarily giving off the full levels of grip at the moment, but it is doing the job at the moment there. Instead of Porsche, they're definitely quicker than us, so... Or maybe not quite. Maybe quicker at this stage on Inters. But as I say, Nordschleife, you never know what's going to happen. What we'll do here is 2 in front to watch out for, a corner to navigate, and then the rear view mirror to keep an eye on at the same time. Now we start the climb up the hill towards the carousel now. There's a bit of a back end there just going on there, with P6 as well. All still facing the right way though, all still going. The brakes are into carousel. What I'm trying to do is just sort of try to stay on the inside here, ride the bank in there, off the carousel like that. Relatively bunched up then, relatively poised so far on this opening lap of the Nürburgring. Sliding our way around the Nordschleife. It's going to be inside now. Yeah, there you go. I just got a bit offline there in that corner. It's going to really sort of just allow us there to, well, just, yeah, allow the Porsches to go through as well. They're quicker than us through there. So, one of them. We've got a bit of a train of cars at the moment. And as much as we are now at the back of that train, we are still very much in this race as things stand then. P9 with the front of the train is P5, P6. We're really maximising that run-off area there. I think that run-off area there just pretty much saved us. You know what? I think the weather radar might come in handy at some point. We'll get it up, and as you can see, it's definitely looking as though the rain is here to stay. Here we are on a part of the track that's normally absolutely flat out, not the case at the moment. Well, we've got 1, 2, 3, myself 4, very tentatively working our way through here. Nice and gentle, folks, on the brakes, and likewise on the accelerator. Ease it on nice and gently through these corners with the water on the track. Oh yeah, the black clouds up there. This rain is definitely here to stay, isn't it? Right, get ourselves rounded here if we can onto the straight with a car there right behind us there, so keep an eye out for them. Follow the corner round onto the back straight then. Time penalty there for the car behind, getting now behind the Porsche. Follow it through here. Just very, very gently dabbing on the brake here to get the car slowed down for the final 2 corners of the track there. That's an off there for the car in front there. So we're just going to go through and into P8 for the end of the first lap. Lap 2, and the weather radar is definitely saying it ain't going to stop raining. At first corner, take 2. Last time out, very wet down here on the opening lap, and definitely looks like something has happened here with regards to rain since we've last been through it. Full wet tyre, it's almost like canoe paddles at this rate. Car wide there. I'm just going to follow them there and go wide at the corner as well then. Luckily, nothing behind us there that was too close, and a very, very twitchy back end there on the exit. We're definitely getting some deluge on this part of the track now. Ooh, very snappy there. Legend so far though, not doing so badly at all here. And this time we're going to get actually round the corner and down to this corner without sliding off the track. 2 there going side by side. Risky moves in these conditions, but P6 there, formerly P7, has gone through. And now look at that. Those really dark rain clouds up there. I'm braking as hard as I can. I'm also trying to look out for the car in front. I'm also trying to look out for the car behind, and also trying to keep myself from spinning out. Multitasking on the Nürburgring. Gotta go for 3rd gear to try and really ease it on out this corner here like that. Now we're going downhill. It's almost as if we're almost like we're aquaplaning down this hill now, and that's what you don't want to be doing. Very much one of those of just sort of taking your time and being nice and patient with it. 2 there behind, bit of an altercation of some sort going on there. Just see the brake lights there of the car in front there slowing down. We're going to follow suit round and onto what normally is nice and flat, but obviously not today, it's not. We are getting into the slipstream now though, so I'm just going to sort of back off here. Definitely. Right, keep ourselves to ourselves here. Right, outside, there they are, yeah. See them. Just follow it round. Here we are then, close it back onto the back of P7 now. Good choice, I think, starting on the full wet tyre. I'm not quite sure the Inters would have got you round, and I'm not quite sure they would have got you round as well as the full wet tyre. So yeah, definitely a good move to start the race on the full wet tyre. Even so, on the full wet tyre, there's parts of this track like here. Just really sort of have to really watch it there, get the front end in, right, try and get the best drive we can off this corner, like that. Just sort of work it through very gently, as I say, ease it on. Now we can just about see where P7 is. Big spray now, it's really, I think the rain is definitely moving across the track, isn't it? We're definitely getting a really heavy band of rain around the green hell in this one. Bit of room to sort ourselves out if we have any sort of slip-ups or any sort of back end stepping out on any corners or anything like that. Definitely wet down here now. And again, we're closing onto the back of P7 now, but again, at the moment, not really any particular interest in making a move really at the moment. Yellow flags are out in force, almost needing yellow flags for me then. Ourselves up to the carousel, and the carousel here is definitely wetter than what it was before, isn't it? Just going to get ourselves off the carousel like that, then slide our way to the next section of the track. The other flag down again. Oh yeah, car off there. That's going to promote us there into P7. Again, just staying in situ here behind P6, but we're sort of seeing now is me going into the barriers. Right, got ourselves turned around. P11. P11, we just sort of went on there on the corner there, but we're still just about in this race, which is obviously the most important thing. We are still running in this race now, P11, and we've got a lap and a bit to go of the Nordschleife then, and we've got a car in front as well, so possibility of going for a position in the closing stages of this race. Looks as though the two behind are, well, they're not quite. They're about half a lap down looking at that one there, 5.5 minutes. So yeah, they're about half a lap behind us now. So not really going to be a threat to us anytime soon. But let's try and work past the Nismo here into P10. Again, it's about picking an opportunity, isn't it, in these tricky conditions to make a move. Like, really trying to sort of go through on the inside here like that. Job done then into P10. Yeah, just about job done into P10. So one position back. Get ourselves around that corner there. 7 points. Oh, gap's coming down there. Noticing there, 8 seconds, and it went straight down to 7. So could be a chance here, perhaps again, of getting ourselves back into the fold then. But meantime, nice breather as we go down the straight. And the general sit rep on the race so far, not so bad. A few spins here and there, but as I say, very tricky conditions. Focus now on getting round the final lap of the race and seeing where we get to. Now, we're on the racing wet weather tyre, so I'm going to say we'll stay out. It's not really worth making a pit stop, really, is it? No one else has made a pit stop, so we'll go on to the third and final lap and complete the race on the wet weather tyre. Stop raining now. Looks like it may have done. Not really. Looks like it has, but and again, the track is still going to be very, very wet, so it's one of them. Now, it is still raining a little bit, but not as much. It's not raining that much now, but it is still definitely raining here and there. We've got 3 in front of us there, just sort of noticing a couple of them there going off at the hairpin here, so 5.8 seconds clear. Might have to start sort of deviating a bit offline if the rain has stopped. It'll help keep the temperature of the wet weather tyres at optimum levels, sort of like in F1 where they run on the they've got wet tyres on and they go on the they go off the racing line and they go onto the wet part of the track to cool the tyres down until they make the pit stop. Closing now to 3. We'll do that again. Closing now to 3.8 seconds. Here we are then, back onto the launch line for the final time. I'm actually enjoying this race so far. It is a bit wet and we are at the back of the pack, but you know, I'm enjoying it. The Nürburgring, the green hell, it just got a thing about it. I just always like the Nürburgring, even when it's wet. It's good fun taking cars around here and doing that. Closing on now to the back of 1, 2, 3 in front there. There could even be a 4. Just staying third gear here to sort of try to stop the wheel spin there. Again, for this corner here, I'm going to stay third. And got shift for, like that. Oh, just get ourselves through to P9 then. The rain coming down on this particular part of the circuit there. 2 cars in front, 4 seconds up the road. Sort of saying before about how it was not raining anymore. The racing full wet tyre then definitely entering the equation once again on this part of the track. It's definitely coming down, isn't it? A bit risky, maybe riding those curves like that. There is P8 now, and they're 3.4. Just in front of us there, so there could be a bit of a chance here perhaps for that position. 2.4 to the car behind us then, so again, bit of breathing space on the racetrack. Definitely 3 of them there in front of us now. Just sort of go with it then, the best we can, and see what happens towards the end of this race then. Seems as though we are catching these guys. We're catching these guys in front then. We are doing it if we can just get ourselves round the hairpin like that. That's 4 cars in front of us now. Purple sector, whatever the case may be on that one, we are now only less than a second to the back of this train. In front of us now, to say, starting to shape up a bit. Oh, and a bit sideways there from P8. Just looking at them there. Looks as though they went a bit sideways. All of a sudden here, this race is now really starting to get interesting there as P8 is off in the barrier there. They've rejoined, but that's going to allow us to close right back onto the back of this train now. Little purple sector there. All of a sudden, we've got ourselves back in the mix here, off the track again. Leave the space on the right hand side, but keep ourselves in there, keep ourselves committed. Oh, we've come together. Getting ourselves together there and through back into P10. Now, just to add to the mix, the rain's going away now. So, a dryish track, well, a track that's drying out with, well, 6 of us, 5 of us here. Wet tyre then, still holding on grip-wise, groaning a bit in some of these corners. Sort of fanned out a bit, but still relatively close there. We've got P9 just in front of us there. Then we've got P8 and P7 and P6 look at the front of the train. Yeah, we've got 4 of them there. Look, I'll start them here like that, and then just round this right-hander here. And yeah, stay with these guys until the straight. We'll see what happens. Dry line appearing on the racetrack. Look for the wet parts of the track to cool your tyres down. But this time, yeah, got to go through this time. There we go, that's the position. Into P9, trying to get to airborne on that bit there. It just sort of helps to get your front end into this corner here. Now, onto the back of P8 once again. Look, there's P7. Straight in front of them. Getting quicker here, folks, definitely. Getting a bit quicker, getting faster, and onto the back of P8. A gap there, but not quite a gap there that was really, you know, for me to commit down there. But we're going to be staying in behind. The rain stopping has blown this race pretty much wide open as we get towards the conclusion here quite rapidly. Onto the straight then, P8 and P7. Let's keep our foot in. I just tapped the back of P8 there ever so slightly. That just sort of knocked up a couple of mile an hour. Still in the slipstream down the straight, but they're getting a slipstream, aren't they, off P7. Going to move here to sort of see what's in front of me. A clear road. Really quite sure how this race is going to finish, to be quite honest. Case of who dare break the latest for this final corner here. I want a spinner there. Yellow flags into P8. We get the drive corner. Not quite, but here we come. Going to be in P8. There we are then, manufacturers round 3, the Green Hell, living up to its name. Enjoyed that. Lots of good wet weather racing, span out a few times, but I think at the end of the day, I can't really argue with P8. I would say a good result given the circumstance, and some more points on the board for the manufacturers. And back to Nations next week.